Love is a beautiful thing. Trust is all we need, eh? Though it is so lucky now, but I'm still waiting. When I do, I'll pay my dues and set to say I do. I'll give it up to you, cause everything I will do. What a girl's like a million. They just want my million in you. I'ma put on my billion love. I'll put my love in one basket. You're all that I have now. There's no one else.
Hello, the fixer here again. You know, a lot of time I get to see couples, especially women, saying, my husband knows that my children come first to my children. Even men, some men are like that as well. I'm just going to be starting tonight's show to let you know that in the hierarchy of love, your partner comes first, even before your parents. So the next person, the closest person to you is your partner, not your children, not your mom, not your dad. They come after your partner. So, because without your husband, there won't be the children anyway, or without your wife, there won't be the kids. So what's this thing about my children come first to, my children come first to? You don't actually know what you are doing. A lot of couples in this kind of situation have to do something about it. Your partner comes before your kids. All right, it's Intimacy Clinic with Dr. Tolu. And if this is your first time of tuning into this show, I bet with you have been missing. But there are a lot to learn tonight on Intimacy Clinic with Dr. Tolu. I started a topic last week, how to have a better sex life for couples that are struggling with sex in their marriage, and I'm going to be concluding that topic tonight. Thank you for being a part of my show, and for those of you that are just joining me for the first time, my name is Dr. Tolu, and people call me The Fixer. I'm a clinical couples counselor, a professional sex therapist, and a mental health practitioner. On this show, you and I will get through all your intimacy struggle and mental health troubles together. Welcome to my show.
Intimacy Clinic. Love lives here. Right here.
Welcome back to Intimacy Clinic, and love lives here. Right here. So like I said, I will be concluding the topic I started last week, how to have a better sex life for those who have lost the spark in their bedroom. And the first thing I will be talking about is to schedule sex if you have to. So for those of you that have, lost the spark for a long time, you've not been having sex for some time, for whatever reasons, and you want to be working on it back gradually, maybe because one person is busy, one person, whatever might be the problem. I think it's okay to schedule sex at this point, right? So you can actually fix a time where you know that, the weather will be clear, the atmosphere will be clear, and you guys can have sex. And in fact, it's one of the practical exercises or interventions I give to my couples in sex therapy when they come, especially for those that have not been having sex for a long time. So we could actually schedule sex at a time we know the two of you will be relaxed. So after some time, you pick it back gradually till you are able to now have sex without having to schedule it. So it's not a bad thing to schedule sex if you are trying to get back your groove. And my second point for couples who want to have a better sex life is to understand what works for the two of you, right? So don't be, I talked about the fact that, people not talking, not communicating properly their needs to their partner is one of the reasons why people are slipping into a sexless marriages. But this time around, the two of you can actually open up about your needs.
When you talk about mental health, especially in this part of the world, what comes to people's mind is a psychotic disorder. Whereas mental health is a state of emotional, social, psychological, and sexual well-being. It is therefore unwise for corporate organizations to be expecting optimal functionality from employees whose mental health are in shambles because you cannot give what you do not have. Expecting efficiency from employees having mental health issues like stress or anxiety disorder, OCD, PTSD, PPD, relationship and sexual issues, depression, overwhelming sadness, suicidal ideation, and the likes is like expecting a crippled person to run or a visually impaired person to lead the way. According to research, 60% of employees have mental health issues, and there are 15.2 million sick days per year due to these issues. Unfortunately, mental health issues are becoming alarming due to COVID-19, and the implications of these issues might be worse than the pandemic. No amount of trainings or motivations offered an employee with mental health issues will lead to improved productivity in the workplace. Following current world best practices in organization settings, the Institute of Counseling in Nigeria is therefore changing the narratives in corporate training by introducing different programs to promote organizational well-being. We have trainings for top management and HR executives, equipping them with the basic counseling skills as well as MWEP, a retainers program that gives employees access to professional counselors and therapists. We also have CRESOP, which is CRESOP, counseling resolution skills for optimal organizational performance. Wise organizations who have keyed into our programs are seeing amazing results, a well-functioning and happier workforce with improved social relationship skills and increased productivity. We are the Institute of Counseling in Nigeria, exposing the ignorance around mental health and leading the crusade for mental wellness in Africa. There is no health without mental health. For more information, visit www.instituteofcounseling.org or you can call 0907 151 5089.
So like I said earlier, my second point is for you to understand what works for the two of you, right? So you should be able to be, to read your partner like a book. You should be able to understand body language. You should be able to understand facial expression. You should be able to understand when your partner is in need when it comes to sex. In fact, couples that are in tune with each other actually know when their women are in ovulation period. They know when the women are horny. They know how to capitalize on that. So the two of you should understand what works for each other. Where do I touch? How do I touch? What do I do? What works? What makes him feel good? What makes her feel good? You should be able to, even if they wake you up from sleep, you should be able to say, oh, I know what my husband wants when it comes to sex. I know what makes my wife feel good. So I think this is a point that could really help you, to get your groove back and bring back the spark in your bedroom. It will stop making one party to feel cheated, right? To feel like, oh, I kept doing it for him or I kept doing it for her, when your needs are known and are being met, right? And then my number 3 point, if you want to have a better sex life in your marriage, is to communicate. There's no better way to say it. See, stop being pretentious. Like I said it last week that it doesn't work for a man brain, especially for men. Men are not looking for good girls when it comes to sex, I tell you. In fact, I used to tell some men that they should be careful what they wish for, because their brain, the sexual part of their brain is not looking for good girls. So when they go to the village to get a girl that knows nothing about sex, I don't know if those girls are still existing in the villages anymore. Anyway, and then they bring them to the city, and then they start eyeing the city girls, just because there's something they are looking for, right? So communicate your needs and stop being pretentious. Don't say, I don't know how to have sex, so I don't know where to do it. I've never done it before. And let me also say this to men that feel like, oh, the vagina is wide because she has been sleeping with plenty men. Forget all of those things. It doesn't work that way. The wideness or the tightness of the vagina has a lot to do with the pelvic floor. So just the way you have tall people, short people, the same way it is. So people could have sex with 1,000 men or even more And you will not see anything. The place will still be tight. And some, they will not even do anything. And they will feel wide, like what you call wide. I don't know what you mean by that. So I don't know where you get that from. That is because the body count is this, is that's why. No, it doesn't work that way. Communicate your need. Don't think she is going to ask me, where did I learn it from? I've told you last week. Tell him you learn it from Dr. Tolu's show. It's as simple as that, okay? Communicate your need. Don't die in silence. Stop making and start nagging. See, sex is good. You are just denying yourself the benefits if you cannot communicate your need. Communicate your need. Be open about what you want and make the satisfaction of your partner paramount.
Intimacy Clinic. Love lives here. Right here.
All right, welcome back to Intimacy Clinic with Dr. Tolu. We've been talking about how to bring back the spark in your bedroom or how to have a better sex life. And the next point is for you to make the first move. Ladies, it is sexy, very sexy to make the first move when it comes to love making. Be in charge. It makes a man to feel good when you know what you want and you go for it. As a woman, be in charge. Make your needs known. Don't say, I don't know when, anytime you want it. Make the first move. It is sexy. And it's both ways, but I mean, I'm just, being particular about ladies on this point because I know a lot of time it's the men that really make the first move. But if whichever one that is, having this kind of problem in your relationship, please, you fix it. One person it should not be one-sided. One person shouldn't be the one that is always making the first move. Try. Be sexy about it. Do some crazy things to even let your partner know that you really want them. It doesn't make you cheap. It actually makes you more sexy. Don't always wait until your partner asks for it. It makes them feel little. It makes them feel like maybe they are not worth it, or you are not finding them sexually attractive. It's not good for their psyche. It lowers their self-esteem, actually. And you don't want that for somebody that you love. So make the first move. After all, you want sex. Sex is good. And that is why I tell men that call me, Dr. Tolu, I'm begging my wife for sex. In a lot of time, it's because she's not enjoying it. If a woman knows what is missing when it comes to sex, she will look forward to it. After all, women have the capacity to enjoy sex more than men. Maybe I'll be talking about that in another day. You want to bring back the spark in your bedroom? My next point is to stop looking for alternatives. It won't work. See, you go there and you get it. 1 year, 2 years, 3 years. What happened? The 4th year, 5th year, you start looking for another person. Fix what is not working in your marriage. Stop looking for alternatives. It can be worked on. You see, according to research, love making is more satisfying and fulfilling when you have it with somebody that you love. So imagine the way love making used to be when you first started. Where did you lose it? Can you go and get it back? Stop looking for alternatives. It comes with a lot of trouble. With this guy now on Instagram, what's the name of that guy? Gist Lover. If they catch you, if that guy, like, he knows everybody's secret in the whole world. And, like, nobody is safe. That's the truth. And you don't want that to happen to you. So why? What you are looking for in Sokoto, that's the way they say it in Nigeria. It's in your Sokoto. Just fix it. It can be worked on. It can be fixed. If you are struggling with it, book an appointment with Dr. Tolu. I will help you. In fact, you will see your love making coming back to the way you will have sex like you've never had before after sex therapy. So please, stop looking for alternatives. It comes with a lot of consequences and it will resolve your problem. All right?
Intimacy Clinic. Love lives here. Right here.
Welcome back to Intimacy Clinic with Dr. Tolu, and I'll be talking about how to have a better sex life on tonight's episode of Intimacy Clinic. Right. And my next point says, don't try to be perfect. See, it's okay not to be okay. It's okay not to know how to give a head. It's okay not to know how to give blowjob. It's okay not to. It's okay. Everything is okay. Just be yourself. What is not okay is to keep being not okay. Nobody is perfect. Stop trying to be perfect. Stop trying to have a perfect boob, perfect ass, perfect penis, perfect location. Be spontaneous when it comes to love making. Just be yourself. Stop trying to look for a perfect atmosphere for it's never gonna happen. Just do it. I like that, like Nike. Just do it. All right? So we are still talking about how to bring back the spark in your bedroom, how to have a better sex life. You know, all of these points I'm giving you, they are not like fables or something I pick from my head. I've been practicing as a relationship and couples counselor and professional sex therapist for at least professionally for 11 years now, but I've been practicing for like 16 years. And I bet this with you, I see a lot of things. And from experience, I could tell you, and I'm studying sex. I'm studying relationship. My life is sex. I live sex. I work sex. I drink sex. And it's okay to call me a sex therapist. I mean, that's why people call me the fixer. So I've seen a lot of things, and I've helped a lot of couples that have given up on their marriages. I've been able to help them, and that's why I'm telling you, you can also book appointment with Dr. Tulu. It's the right thing to do. My number is scrolling on the screen. Call me, book an appointment, fix it. Your relationship is your life. If it's not working, nothing is going to work. So my next point is to kiss. Hey, you see, I have a topic. I wanted to say I can talk about this for the next 1 hour. The truth is I actually have a topic on kissing, like 3 episodes. Africans are not kissing. In fact, the last time some couples kissed was when the pastor says you may kiss the bride. They no longer kiss. It's not our thing. And kissing is one of the easiest way of getting very vulnerable and connecting with somebody you love. Bring it back. There's a problem with that, because if you're a good kisser and you are with somebody who is a bad kisser, it could be a total turn off. And this is what I normally tell people that are usually turned off like that, and that could be the reason why a lot of people are not having sex. Because as soon as they are turned off during the process of, foreplay, which is kissing is part of it, they just lose all the interest. What I usually tell them is, you can actually tell your partner that, babe, can I kiss you the way I like to be kissed? It's as simple as that. So you don't need to say you don't know how to kiss, because it's difficult for people to even learn how to kiss, especially in Nigeria. They don't know how to do it. They will think they know. So just take your time and say, babe, can I kiss you the way I liked to be kissed, or I love to be kissed? It's as simple as that. So kiss. Bring back the kisses. It's so great. It's connecting. It makes you feel vulnerable, and it's one of the one of the things that actually connect people together romantically. And finally, on this episode of Intimacy Clinic with Dr. Tulu, my last point is to talk to a sex therapist, and Dr. Tulu is one. I make bold to say that if you have an encounter with me, your sex life will not be the same again. And I'm not bragging. Book an appointment. If you have tried other things and they are not working, stop using gbogbo tigbo. Your problem is psychological, That's how Yoruba people say it. Book an appointment. Fix what is not working. It's in your psyche. Medications are not going to fix it, and except it's medical. And all these things that you are drinking, your body is just going to develop tolerance. Today you use one bottle. In the next 2 weeks you are using 3 bottles. After some time, the thing will not even work for you at all anymore. Book an appointment. If you want to find a deep-rooted solution to your sexual problem, book an appointment with a sex therapist and with Dr. Tulu. You are in safe hands. All right, thank you for being a part of my show. And you still don't want to move a muscle, I will be right back.
When you talk about mental health, especially in this part of the world, what comes to people's mind is a psychotic disorder. Whereas mental health is a state of emotional, social, psychological, and sexual well-being. It is therefore unwise for corporate organizations to be expecting optimal functionality from employees whose mental health are in shambles, because you cannot give what you do not have. Expecting efficiency from employees having mental health issues like stress or anxiety disorder OCD, PTSD, PPD, relationship and sexual issues, depression, overwhelming sadness, suicidal ideation, and the likes, is like expecting a crippled person to run or a visually impaired person to lead the way. According to research, 60% of employees have mental health issues, and there are 15.2 million sick days per year due to these issues. Unfortunately, mental health issues are becoming alarming due to COVID-19, and the implications of these issues might be worse than the pandemic. No amount of trainings or motivations offered an employee with mental health issues will lead to improved productivity in the workplace. Following current world best practices in organization settings, the Institute of Counseling in Nigeria is therefore changing the narratives in corporate training by introducing different programs to promote organizational well-being. We have trainings for top management and HR executives, equipping them with the basic counseling skills as well as MWEP, a retainers program that gives employees access to professional counselors and therapists. We also have CRESOP, which is CRESOP, counseling resolution skills for optimal organizational performance. Wise organizations who have keyed into our programs are seeing amazing results, a well-functioning and happier workforce with improved social relationship skills and increased productivity. We are the Institute of Counseling in Nigeria, exposing the ignorance around mental health and leading the crusade for mental wellness in Africa. There is no health without mental health. For more information, visit www.instituteofcounseling.org or you can call 0907 151 5089.
It's time to ask the fixer. Ask the fixer.
All right, welcome back to Intimacy Clinic, your number one love and intimacy show in the whole Africa. If not the whole world itself, I beg. All right, so it's Ask the Fixer time, and I have a question here from Chioma from Anambra. Chioma says, I've never had an orgasm in my life. In my quest for the elusive orgasm, I have had different relationships. As a married woman, so I bet Chioma is now married, I hardly get horny, and when I do not crave sex the way it is described in movies or novels, or described by Dr. Tulu. I can only come if I stimulate my clitoris. Seriously, this sucks. Interesting. So I'm just going to start by saying that, Chioma, you are not alone. And that's a very good place to start from. This thing you are talking about is actually very, very common, especially in this part of the world. And if you listen to one of my episodes a few weeks back, I talked about cultural and religious conditioning. People have been conditioned in a certain way sexually in this part of the world, and it makes it difficult for them to respond sexually. Now, so I think the first step to your healing is to understand that you are not alone. Like I see, according to research, about 75 to 85% of women will not reach orgasm with penile penetration unless they are stimulated, like clitoral stimulation or G-spot stimulation. So you are not alone, right? And I also think it might also have a lot to do with the kind of men you are also meeting. If you actually meet a man that really knows how to make a woman feel good, which is not so common in this part of the world, because majority of time the men just want to jump on you and just satisfy themselves and let go. So if you are able to find a man that could really take his time, to make love to you, I think you are going to enjoy sex. So I don't think there's anything wrong with you. And I would not be surprised if this thing is coming from your conditioning, or maybe you have a kind of sexual dysfunction like vaginismus or anosgamia, or when it comes to love making, there's something that is called the cycle of love making, and the first phase in the cycle is desire. From desire to arousal, from arousal to orgasm, from orgasm to resolution. And from what you are saying, it's not even desire, it's arousal. So you desire to have sex. Where you are having problem is your arousal. You don't get aroused so easily. And the fact that you can even orgasm with your clitoris is a beautiful thing. The truth of the matter is penile orgasm, like penetrative orgasm, like vaginal orgasm, is actually much more explosive than clitoral orgasm. And sometimes when you are searching for it, it could be frustrating if only what you can get is clitoral orgasm. But I think if you can make love, you can have a partner that knows how to touch the G spot, the U spot, or the C spot inside the vagina. I think you're going to have an explosive orgasm be as a result of your conditioning. So I think the first step is to know that you are not alone, and it's not like something is, of course, something might be wrong with you, but you are not alone. And I don't think you should think this is something that cannot be worked on. It can be worked on. You can talk to a sex therapist, and I think that's the right thing to do at this point. So we know what exactly is going on and how to resolve the problem. Woo, that was a long one, Chioma, and I hope I have been able to help you to answer your question. All right, guys, don't forget you can actually send your question to Dr. Tolu, and I might be answering yours in the next episode of Intimacy Clinic. You don't want to move a muscle. By the time I come back, I will be giving you my food for thought.
Intimacy Clinic. Love lives here. Right here.
Please, my name is Grace.
Just
Grace.
Hello, Grace. So, is it possible for a marriage to survive without sex?
No, it's not possible because actually when you get married, you are expecting a children. So I don't think that is possible.
Okay. So, is that the only reason marriage can't survive without sex?
There are so many reasons. Because this person that you marry is not your sister and it's not your brother. You have to have sex. You have to be together.
Here is food for thought. Food for thought.
My food for thought for tonight. Sex is like money, and only too much is enough. Thank you for being a part of Intimacy Clinic with Dr. Tolu tonight. And you know you can always lean on my shoulder. I'm going to see you same station, same time next week. Take very good care of yourself because you deserve to be happy. Bye-bye.